I think that really the problem with Starmer, the sort of Mandelson affair is being cast as a kind of momentary lapse of judgment, and it wasn't. Really, it was about much more than that. It was about who really pulls the strings in the Labour Party. It was about money and power and the fact, the perception that Morgan McSweeney's, your Tony Blair's, your Peter Mandelson's, all these people who are meant to have been banished from Labour a decade ago have managed to come back in the back door and they're pulling the strings for whoever it is, the shadowy people that fund them, the corporates that they work for. They've handed Starmer a sort of left-wing agenda to get him the leadership of the Labour Party, and then they've folk-faced and started along a broadly neoliberal kind of agenda once.
I think I'm going to ban neoliberal from this podcast. I hate that phrase. What does it mean, neoliberal?
Well, it's basically Thatcherism on stilts. It's a type of socialism for the corporate class, for billionaires. That's what it means. And that's what people...
Actually, you're the first person who's actually tried to give me a definition.
Well, there you've learned something. That's what it means.
That's my school.
There's a good book called The Invisible Doctrine that I recommend you read, which explains this in great length. George Monbiot.
Oh, right, okay.
I really don't like him.
You kind of had a...
Pointing out these
I was nearly going to buy it
until
you mentioned him. Yes,
so okay. I think that's the problem with that Keir Starmer's got. People, it wasn't a momentary lapse of judgment. It looks like he's not really in control.
Yeah, a Labour leader that was... I think I agree with what you're saying, by the way. I think a Labour leader that was properly connected to the base, and say what you want about Tony Blair, I think he had an instinct for what the voters were thinking and their motivations. Starmer doesn't seem to have that, and he's surrounded himself with people who are definitely neoliberal, and see that as... I'm using that word because you banned me, by the way. But he's surrounded himself with people with an agenda which isn't necessarily one that chimes very well with voters.